class. Here today's class we are going to begin with classification of invertebrates. So last class we discussed about the vertebrates. No, those class we started about the animals, different types of animals that has backbone. Today's class we are going to discuss about invertebrates. So invertebrates are those animals, okay, who does not have backbone. Okay, so about 90% of animal belongs to this invertebrates. Most of the animals, according to the shape, structure, habitats and all, they are classified into invertebrates. Okay, and these invertebrates, they are grouped into they are classified into many groups. Okay, they are known as phyla. Okay, so here you can see, so now you need to listen to the pronunciation carefully. Okay, so this invertebrates, they are classified into, here you can see Porifera. Okay, then comes Colentratus. Okay, then Platyhelminthes. Then Nemathelminthes, okay, Annelida, Orthopodas, Mollusca, Echinodermatas. Okay, so first we are going to take phyla or phylum Porifera. So what kind of animals come under this? Let's see now. Okay, so have a look. These are some examples of animals that come under this group, this phyla Porifera. So now listen to the characteristics. Okay. So porifera means, in Latin, porus means pores. Okay, and for means bearing. So these are pores bearing animals. Porous, the body structure, they have pores in it. Porous in nature. Okay, poriferas are multicellular animals and they are known as sponges. They are mostly found in sea water. Okay, and sometimes they are found in fresh water also. These animals, they have large number of pores on their bodies through which water containing food and oxygen it enters into their body. Okay. Then they just have a single pore opening at the top of their body from which the waste containing water is passed out. So they just have one opening through which the waste materials can be excreted out. They do not move, okay, they are fixed. They do not move and remain attached to the hard rocks of the sea. So they are aquatic animals. Okay, so example, cycle, spongillus. Okay, they come under phylum Porifera. Next one is Colentratus or Cnidarians. They are known as Cnidaria also, please. Okay, you can see the picture, example here. These are also aquatic animals. Most of them they are found in marine environment. Okay, their body is radially symmetrical. That means the body can be divided into two equal halves. When you cut them, it can be easily divided into two equal halves. Okay. Their body is hollow and tube-like with only one opening called the mouth. So they have one single opening, okay, which is called the mouth. And their bodies are tubular shaped, hollow inside. The mouth is surrounded by finger-like projections called the tentacles. The tentacles having stinging cells are called cnidoblasts. These cnidoblasts helps them in anchoring and capturing the prey. Okay, they also need food, no? So they need to capture food. Okay, they also help as a defensive system. Cnidoblasts, they help them to protect themselves. Okay, due to the presence of the cnidoblast cells, the member of this phyla are also called cnidarians. Okay, so they are also known as cnidarians. Colentratus are also known as cnidarians. Why? Because due to the presence of the cnidoblast cells. Okay. Then the third one is platyhelminthes. They are platy means flat and helminthes means worms. Okay, so have a look. These are the examples or the animals that come under platyhelminthes. Okay, they are free living or parasitic. They are found inside the body of higher animals. Platyhelminthes, they have a soft and a flat body. Okay, that is why they are also called flatworms. The body is bilaterally symmetrical. That means it can be divided into two equal halves from a single plate. They have a single opening through which they take in food and also get rid of their waste products. So they have just one opening which help them to take their food and also to excrete out the waste products. Hope you are understanding, no? Then the fourth one is nemathelminthes. Okay, nematos means thread-like. Helminthes means worms. Okay, they are roundworms. They are also called roundworms. They are found in fresh water. Okay, sometimes they are marine. They are found in aquatic marine surf water bodies, and also sometimes in terrestrial environment. Okay, they are free living or they are parasitic worms. They have cylindrical and unsegmented body. Okay, and they have two openings in the body. That one acts as a mouth and the other one it acts as an anus. Okay, mouth from where they take in food and anus through which the undigested food gets excreted out. Okay. Example, you can see roundworm, pinworms, ascaris. Okay, then fifth one is called the annelida. Annelida means ring, small ring segmented. The bodies are segmented here. Okay, so these are segmented worms. Their body consists of rings or segments which help them to move. Okay, they are terrestrial, freshwater or marine in nature. Okay, they have a true body cavity with an alimentary canal. Okay, so they have a digestive tract, well developed digestive tract. Okay, then they have special organs for excretion called the nephridia. Okay, so special excretory organ. So we also have no excretory organs through which excretion takes place. They also have. Okay, those special organs for excretion in annelidas, they are known as nephridia. Their body possesses a gut, mouth and anus. Leech is an example of annelida. So you can see, you have seen leech, earthworm. No, they are segments in the body. They are cylindrical in shape. Okay. So these are the example of phylum Annelida. Now comes arthropodas. Arthropodas make up the largest group of animals. Okay, they are found everywhere in water, on land as well as in air. So they have specific characteristics. They have segments and they are bilaterally symmetrical body. Okay, the body is divided into three parts. Remember that: head region, your chest region, and your abdomen region. Okay, so it has your head, thorax, and your abdomen region. The body of the arthropods have a tough outer hard covering called the skeleton. So I think so. Example, you have seen, no? This cockroaches and all. No, they are come under arthropodas. All the insects and all, spiders and all. No? So they come under arthropodas because I think so. You have seen, no? When they die, what happens? You can see the exoskeleton. Or sometimes they take out, they undergo molting and all, no? Where they shed their older skin. No? So they leave out that hard shell-like structure. Those are known as exoskeleton. Okay. Now next one is crustaceans. Crustaceans. Arthropods are further classified into crustaceans. These crustaceans, they have a very, very hard shell. Okay. Now crabs and all, I think so. Yes, heard about crabs, lobsters. No, they have a very, very hard shell. Those come under crustaceans. Okay. Crustaceans have segmented body. Segmented body means they have segments ring-like structures. They have fused head and thorax region. They have many pairs of jointed legs, and they have two pairs of antennae and distinct head with compound eyes. So have a look. These are the animals that belong to this group. Okay. Then comes Archimedes. Under spiders and all, they come under Archimedes. Okay. Archimedes, they have fused head and thorax together. Head and thoracic region, they are fused. Okay, they have antenna with wings. Okay, they have 4 pairs of legs. Okay, and they paralyze their prey with a poisonous fang. Okay, so these are the different classes that come under this phylum Arthropods. Okay, then you can see Myriapods. Myriapods also they come under Arthropods only classes. Okay, the bodies are divided into many segments. Okay, they have at least 2 pairs of legs, 1 pair of antennae. Okay, their body a long, flat, cylindrical body with many legs. Okay, the number of the legs may vary from 20 to 200. So, example, centipedes, millipedes, and all you have seen. So they come under Myriapods. These are all. These whatever we are discussing, they come under Arthropods, phylum Arthropods. Okay, so the Arthropods they are divided into classes, 4 classes. Okay, crustacean, Myriapodia, Archimeda, and last one is the insecta. All the insects, butterflies, they come under insectas. Okay, bees and all, no? Mosquitoes, grasshopper, dragons, and they come under insecta. The body of an insect is divided into head, thoracic, and the abdominal region. The legs and wings attached to the chest region or thoracic region. They have 1 pair of antennae, 3 pairs of legs, and 2 pairs of wings. Example: silverfish, dragonfly, grasshopper, beetles, and all they all come under insecta. Okay. Then comes the next phyla, that is mollusca. Okay. These are unsegmented animals with soft external body. The body of some mollusca, like snail, are protected by a very, very hard calcareous shell. Example: oysters, clams. Though they have 2 shells attached on one side. Though they have very, very soft foot for locomotion. Okay, and they live in water. Okay, especially in salt water, and sometimes they may be found in fresh water also. They live in land also. Okay. So example: snails and all. I think they have seen oysters, no, octopus, squids. They all come under mollusca. Okay. Then Echinodermata. The last one is Echinodermatas. Okay. They have spiny skinned animals, starfish, sea urchin, as you can see in the picture there. These come under Echinodermatas. You can see their body, but they have very spiny like structures. Okay. They are marine organisms. They live in the bottom of the seas and ocean. They have spiny structures and they are radially symmetrical. And they move with the help of thousands of feet called tube feet. Okay, they do not have feet like us, but they have tube feet. Okay, they have separate opening for mouth as well as anus. Okay, so they have 2 openings in the body. One mouth to take in food, and the other one is the anus that helps to excrete out the undigested food. Okay. Now, the next topic that we are going to discuss is on the criteria of the classification of animal on the basis of shape and size, basis of reproduction, and basis of habitats. We are going to classify animals. Okay, they are also classified into many groups. So first, we are just going to take the animals. Okay, the types of animals classified on the basis of the shape and size. We have three. I think we have heard about it. They are the herbivores, carnivores, and the omnivores. Herbivores, they eat plants. No? Carnivores, they eat flesh. And omnivores, these are the animals that eat both. No? So example of herbivores, deer, cow, no, deer, rabbits and all, they come under herbivores. Carnivores, lion, fox, and omnivores, human beings. Dogs, no, they come under omnivores. Okay. Next topic is on the basis of reproduction. There are two. They are classified in two groups: oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous, those are the animals that lay eggs. Okay. And viviparous, they give birth to the young ones and they feed themselves with the help of their mammary gland. They feed them with the milk. Okay, so they come under viviparous. Example, oviparous, birds and all, they come under oviparous. No? And viviparous, humans. Okay, then dog, cat, cow, they come under viviparous. And the third one, on the basis of the habitat, we are divided, classified in four groups: aquatic animals, terrestrial animals, arboreal animals, and aerial animals. Aquatic, that live in water; terrestrial, that live on land; arboreal, monkeys and all, where do they live? Trees, no? Okay. And aerial, they live in air. Example, birds. Aerial, they live in air, no? So the birds is the best example here. Arboreal, monkeys, squirrels and all, they come under arboreal. Terrestrial, horse, dog, lion and all, they come under terrestrial. And aquatic, fish and whales, dolphins and all, they come under aquatic animals. Okay, hope you have understood all the topics. Okay, please go through this.